It's about that time again, I believe.
Yeah. I don't know what that was. I just have a lot of energy right now.
I don't know, that seemed kind of Eddie Vedder, kind of not Vedder.
Well, to be honest, I was going for Cher.
Eddie Better and Cheddar Share.
Jesus, what the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know.
You better share the cheese. Oh! All right, I'm going to stop before I get a cease and assist.
Oh, God. Right? So, in this episode, we're going to explore the spine-tingling areas that would be considered liminal spaces.
Lemon spaces? What?
I mean, lemon spaces are cool because I love lemon, but
you like lemon squares?
Yes. No, I don't.
The fuck you like lemons but not like lemon squares?
The only thing that I like to taste like lemon is my lemon.
You're weird. What about lemonade?
And lemonade.
See, I caught you there.
But I can't do like lemon squares, lemon bars, lemon heads, none of that.
I don't like lemon heads, but I could fuck with lemon squares and lemon bars. That's pretty good.
I guess I am just a weird one.
Yo, if you guys want to send me some, my address is... I'm just kidding.
Right.
And that's how people get murdered.
Yeah. And this topic actually comes from Echo on our Discord, so...
Shout out to Echo, man. Thank you for the request. It took us a minute, but...
Yeah, at some point, I think when I was messing around with new Discord settings, I somehow muted those. I muted like half the servers I'm a part of. So, yeah, that was a
I don't know if it's the settings, because sometimes I won't get any like notifications either, and I didn't see that until you told me.
God damn it, Discord, get your shit together. But
shout out Echo, though. Thank you for the suggestion. If you guys would like to give us a suggestion, just hit our Discord link. And
just so you know, notifications and shit are fixed, so we will see and get back to you definitely a lot quicker, so we do apologize, Echo. So liminal spaces are the subject of an internet aesthetic portraying empty or abandoned places that appear eerie, forlorn, and often surreal. They're commonly places of transition or of nostalgic appeal.
So do you mean like, when this is like on the internet, are you talking about like those YouTube videos where they're like walking down the hallways and like something creepy is happening? Would it be something like that? Or like, do you know like the games where you go down like the staircase, you keep going, you keep going, and you keep going?
Kind of. So it's what they mean by like transitional or transition places or periods can be anywhere from like a gap, like a physical doorway, emotional, like a divorce, or even metaphorical, like some sort of decision. But these would be more the physicality of liminal spaces.
So basically just anything creepy about like a transition.
Yeah.
Yep, you know that checks out. Star Wipe was always fucking really frightening. I see in a PowerPoint, I just lose my shit.
So I actually have 3 for you. It doesn't give an insane amount of detail, but I think these kind of sum it up.
Okay.
So we'll start with the abandoned mall.
Oh, that already sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. In the depths of an abandoned shopping mall, the stench of decay hangs heavy in the air. Once a vibrant activity hub, the halls now echo with a haunting emptiness. As the urban explorer recounts the unsettling experience of venturing into this forgotten realm. So as they were navigating through the crumbling infrastructure, they noticed some flickering lights that casted eerie shadows on the wall, heard some muffled whispers that seemed to emanate from the hollow storefronts, as if the remnants of past conversations are trapped within these forsaken corridors. Suddenly, ghostly figures appear and disappear in the periphery of their vision, sending a chill down their spine. Now, it also left a feeling of unease that gripped their every step, leaving them desperate to escape the clutches of what he considered to be a paranormal abyss.
Actually, now that you brought that one up, there by the mall on Oracle, there's have you ever been to that fucking the parking garage that's like right across that used to be like the old mall?
No, I don't think I've ever been in those or to those.
So those ones, they had like four. I think they only had like four like actual running businesses there. It was like a Bally's, like fucking like old lady gym or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I think it was like the other two like consulting something. And it was a movie theater. And when you went into the movie theater, I think that was like on like the 5th floor out of like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And when you went in, where you buy the tickets, like right next to it, you can like see into the old abandoned mall.
Oh,
like
damn.
you could see like all like the escalators and shit, and you could see like some of the storefronts were closed. And every time I went, there was just some fucking dude, like I guess he was like a janitor or something. He was like buffing the floors, which I thought was weird because nobody goes in there. And it was like ungodly hours. We'd go like at fucking like midnight. We'd go like at fucking 11. We'd go like at 7 to go watch a fucking movie.
Yeah.
And he was always just there. I'm like, that's fucking weird, but it was cool. Just like, it gave like real like Resident Evil vibes. Like going into like the abandoned building and being able to see the whole fucking mall, and it was like dark, but you could still see into it. It was always really fucking unsettling and creepy.
Yeah, so I mean that's another perfect example of one of said places.
I don't know, man. Liminal space is kind of fucking my brain up right now.
So the next one we have is the desolate train station. So now for this, they mentioned a picture of desolate train station where time stands still. The once bustling platform is now engulfed in an unnatural silence. The explorer finds himself in this solitary realm, waiting anxiously for a train that never arrives. The air grows thick with an otherworldly energy, causing the heart to race. Shadows seem to dance and shift, creating illusions that play tricks to the mind. Strange whispers, barely audible, whisper secrets of forgotten souls. The explorer's every instinct screams at them to flee. Yet they remain trapped in this peculiar station where the boundaries between dimensions seemingly blur. The revelation that their presence is not alone unfolds with a bone-chilling twist, leaving them questioning the very fabric of reality.
We'll be back after a quick break.
Are you a huge cunt?
Us too. Wait, can we even say cunt?
Of course! It's empowering these days. Cunt, 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 cunt. I'm Ange Ballastone, aka the drag queen, That Girl Gina.
And I'm Mike Fales, just a normal gay guy, I guess?
And we're the hosts of The Big Cunty Couch.
A gorgeous new talk show podcast where we invite queers and peers to sit, bitch, and be fierce on a huge-ass couch.
While we gab about all things gay.
So come get cozy.
And cunty.
With us. We're panned for platforms, so find us anywhere online and get listening, sweetie.
Or watching.
Or both.
Otherwise, why the hell am I in full drag?
And we'll see you on the big Oh, wait. I thought we were going to say that together.
No. On the Big Cunty Couch. Mwah.
Damn. That one's fucking creepy too. You know what's kind of giving me kind of like vibes of?
What's that?
Have you ever been like in a school, like an after school program that ran like really late? And it'd be like just you and like a couple teachers left. And then you'd be like, oh, I gotta use the restroom. So you have to like walk the hall and like some of the lights are already off. And like, there's nobody there. Like there's only a few people left. That's kind of what it reminds me of.
So I've never done that, but I know I've told this before about the church I used to help my parents clean.
Yeah. I was about to bring up church too. That seems like
there was always that one hallway that was the perfect example because you're staring through a doorway and it just seems like eerie, uneasy, a little bit terrifying.
Do you think that the church setting kind of adds more to the fear of like the liminal space? It's supposed to be something like a holy thing, but
after hours, it doesn't seem so holy.
Yeah. Like just when it's empty, it seems fucking terrifying.
Yeah, it's definitely true. And it's the same with that train station. Because what I picture, yeah, they They fancied these up a bit to definitely give it more depth, but think about being in an abandoned train station where you look down the tunnel and you're expecting to see something coming, but it never does. Just that eerie feeling, sometimes even that feeling of being watched.
Or kind of like a hole in the ground that goes down, you can't see the bottom of it. You're just kind of looking, you're expecting something to fucking pop out at you.
Or, another example is a forest. Yeah. There's gaps everywhere in between trees, in between hilltops, in rock formations, caves.
Yeah.
That actually brings me to the third one, which is the mysterious woods.
Oh, damn.
So imagine a dense forest cloaked in darkness that may or may not hide secrets that defy comprehension, i.e., Sasquatch, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Intrigued by the whispers of the ancient grove tucked away within. As the explorers go on what could be a treacherous journey if they're not safe or careful. And as they get deeper into the woods, the air starts to grow heavy. And they start getting a feeling of otherworldly energy. Some could say even an ethereal energy.
Yeah.
The further you go off the beaten path, it becomes more labyrinthian, twisting and turning, leading you deeper into the heart of an unknown territory. Then an eerie mist is noticed that's starting to hang low, obscuring the vision and heightening your sense of disorientation as you're unable to figure out the further you go in where you came.
Yeah. Damn.
He starts feeling like there's a constant gaze upon him. Almost as if an invisible eye or eyes are watching his every move. And then he notices the daylight is starting to fade, and the forest reveals what we could call its true nature. The trees, as you get deeper in, are more twisted, almost ghastly-like shapes. You can hear almost distant cries or eerie sounds that pierce the stillness. And then when you're going around and looking and trying to see what you could see in the depths of the forest, you end up being confronted by an entity. Unknown if it's malevolent or not, you know one thing, and that's you could be its prey.
I don't like that one. I don't like that one. All right, I got one for you.
Let's hear it.
A group of friends went exploring in an abandoned hospital. They found themselves in a long hallway with flickering lights. As they walked down the hallway, they noticed that the doors were all numbered in the 600s. They eventually reached the end of the hallway, which was blocked by a large metal door. When they tried to turn back, they noticed that the hallway had changed. The doors were now numbered in the 700s, and the lights were even dimmer. They are trapped in the hospital, and they can't find their way out.
Damn, that for me would be terrifying.
That's why I don't like exploring abandoned shit. Unless, I've been going with somebody who's already been there, multiple times. I don't want to go with newbie people and we just get fucking lost. That's one of my biggest fears, when we do, the paranormal research. I was like, I've never been here. It's if I lose you guys, I'm fucking lost in here.
Well, for me, that's why, one, going to something like that, it would be sticking together, but two, avoiding any sort of subfloor. Because at least if you're above ground and you go during the day, you can see some sort of light as an indication of where outside is.
Yeah.
But once you hit those underground tunnels, you have no fucking clue where you're going.
Okay, so let me put a scenario out for you. They're like, hey, I've heard of this place that's an abandoned school, but all the paranormal stuff happens downstairs. Are you going?
So I would go, but my solution to not getting lost would be I would take a big ass thing of yarn, tie it to the entry door, or if the stairs, the railing,
Yeah.
and just unravel the roll as we're going.
Oh, you mean the Theseus?
Yes. So that way we have a trail to follow back.
That's cool, but the whole thing is you can't see if the rope gets cut at some point, and you're just pulling.
That is true. You can't.
And that's what terrifies me. Like something or someone cuts it, or like if you're pulling and it gets caught around a corner and you kind of like give it like a small little yank and the rope fucking tears. And you're like, this is what a bargain. This rope hasn't ran out yet and we've been walking for like 2 hours. And you're like, wait. And you fucking try to backtrack and the rope's cut.
Well, so that's why too, a lot of people that think they leave kind of the pile and just pull on that. I would keep it raveled on the spool. So at that point, while you're pulling, the spool is spinning. So if it gets cut, the spool isn't going to spin anymore and you'd be able to notice.
I would do that, but then on top of that, I'd probably buy like a Costco pack of glow sticks and just drop them every once in a while.
Yeah, that, or, if need be, like a spray paint that can be removed. That way you could paint X's where you've been and then just on your way out, get rid of them. That way you're not vandalizing the place. Just anything, any sort of thing to mark your territory. I mean, shit,
Piss.
even finding little, right? Even finding like little LEDs or something. Because, I mean, I wouldn't do anything like rice or breadcrumbs or shit like that.
Yeah, anything that can be like easily movable would probably be like a no-no, which kind of goes for the glow sticks too. But yeah, I think like the spray paint would probably be like a good thing. Make like a little fucking X or a dot.
Yeah, just very
On
fluorescent
like the back,
colored.
like every time there's like a turn in the hallway, just on the turn, just on the back wall, so when you're walking back, you can see it.
Yeah.
I'd still wouldn't go.
And then on the opposite wall of where you turn down, the arrow pointing in the direction you have to head back.
So X and then an arrow pointing where you came from.
Yep.
That's smart.
Yeah, X on the corner and then right behind you, point the arrow. That way when you're walking up, you see it. Like, oh, there's the X, but do we go left or right? Oh, there's the arrow. Okay, we go right.
So let me bring up a scenario for what I would say is one of like the most well-known liminal spaces. The Paris Catacombs.
That would definitely be with a guide.
Yeah, that would still be a no-no for me. I don't think I'd do that shit.
I'd definitely do it with a guide just because they've, as we saw in actually a video that we were watching earlier, there's people that have now gone down there and started mapping the entire place out.
Yeah.
So as long as you follow someone that has been down there doing that, I would trust them to get us out.
I don't know. I still don't think I'd want to go too far in.
But at the same time, that's something where you could be like, hey, we're going on a tour. This is where we're going. If you don't hear from us in 4 hours, something's wrong.
But what are they really going to do, though? If you go in there, it's a fucking maze.
It is, but a lot of people, I don't think about doing that. So they end up lost in there for days or even weeks at a time before anyone goes searching. And yeah, I wouldn't go, I think the furthest I'd go is maybe like half mile. I wouldn't go like a mile or any further because at that point you can really risk getting lost.
Yeah, that's underground is a no-no for me.
Or like an abandoned subway station. That would be fun because at that point,
you have the same way in as you have the same way out.
Yeah, and even if you go down the tracks, all you have to do is do a complete 180, come back around, and you're going to get out.
Yeah, but you also think about
station.
What's underground, though. Like a bunch of like drifters or fucking druggies go down.
Well, I mean, that's why anytime we go exploring to a place that's not known, like when we went to St. Luke's, we were fine there. But if we were to go somewhere abandoned, when we went Randonautica, you had your weapon with you. Yep, that and our beast-ass flashlight. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we'll have that. Now you're armed as well, so you'd be good. I don't know, man. It's an interesting thing, and it really brings a lot of meaning to window into another dimension.
Yeah.
Because if you look in from the outside of an abandoned building through that window, you start getting a lot of the feelings that have been described just from looking in.
Yeah.
So it's, it almost is like you're entering some sort of other dimension.
Question, do you remember that fucking Treehouse of Horror that The Simpsons did back in like 2007 or 2008? Where Homer, he's hiding from Patty and Selma because they came over to the house or something. And he tries hiding behind a bookcase. And it takes him to like another dimension or some shit. You remember that one?
Vaguely.
That one tripped me out. I didn't like that one. That one was actually like legitimately scary when I was a kid. I was like, because he went in, then he went out, and then he couldn't get back out. And I think like the whole thing started collapsing on him, and then he ended up in like our reality. But I was like, that was trippy. I was like, is that technically a liminal space? Or is that just another dimension?
It's hard to say. I mean, I would say there's a good mix of both known and unknown when it comes to them. I mean, thinking about when we did that investigation years ago, many, many years ago, at the CEO's house, and we're staring at the doorway, and it's like, if we would have had the door open, would we have seen the shit we saw under the door, as opposed to having it closed? Because then you just get a brief glimpse through that transitionary threshold.
Yeah.
But what if we would have had it open? What could have been seen?
You know what's the scariest liminal place to date, though? The closet at the old apartment.
Yeah, that was a very interesting one.
Yeah.
A very interesting one.
No, I didn't like that one. Fuck that one.
But, yeah, I mean, that's what I got and brought for the beefiness of this episode. Of course, as always, we'll probably end up touching back on this later down the road with some even newer finds or things of that nature. But
at some point, we'll circle back to it.
Oh, yeah, we always do.
And then we'll be like, did we do an episode on this? I feel like we've done an episode on this.
But what we want you guys to do is take a minute and actually think about these tales of liminal spaces. The places caught between the familiar and unknown.
The in-betweens.
And if you dare, go out and explore and give one a try. See if you can see a blur in between that space, or if to you it just looks like one.
Yeah, but do it safely.
Yes, of course.
Always use protection. A flashlight.
A weapon, be it a baton, a knife, a firearm, whatever you're, legally allowed to have in your area.
But again, special thanks to Echo for this week's suggested topic. If you guys want to suggest a topic, go ahead and hit the link below to Discord and just comment what you guys want to hear us talk about. It could be something new, could be something we've already covered with new information.
Could be your own personal stories.
Yep, just join the discussion.
And don't forget, guys, we appreciate all the support. And if you can, just like, share, comments if you have any. But again, we appreciate you guys.
Until next time, we'll see you in Helheim.